Most people over 70 believe they're doing the right thing by staying hydrated. You fill your glass, sip diligently, and remind yourself that water is essential. But here's a truth very few seniors know. It's not just what you drink, but how you drink it that matters. And surprisingly, the wrong approach to hydration can leave you weaker, more tired, and even put pressure on your heart. Recent insights from respected institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the National Institute on Aging have shown that improper hydration habits can quietly undermine your health, day after day, without you ever realizing it. I've seen it in my own practice. Patients in their 70s and 80s suffering from exhaustion and brain fog who saw a complete turnaround with one simple change to their water routine. Comment: hydration is healing. Below if you're serious about your health. Have you noticed that your thirst just isn't the same anymore? Maybe you used to crave a cool drink after walking or eating, but lately you go hours without feeling thirsty at all. And when you do drink water, it doesn't seem to energize or refresh you like it once did. If that feels familiar, please know you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not a flaw or a failure. It's a natural shift in the way your body works after 70. Studies show that the aging brain becomes less responsive to thirst cues, so you may think you're hydrated while your body quietly struggles to keep up. It's one of the hidden changes that can lead to chronic low-level dehydration in seniors without the usual warning signs. But here's the part most people never hear. Even if you're drinking plenty of water, the manner in which you consume it could be adding stress to your body. Let me break it down. With age, your kidneys don't conserve fluids as efficiently. Your cells have a harder time absorbing water, and your heart becomes more reactive to sudden shifts in fluid levels. That means large and frequent gulps of water can actually disrupt your internal balance rather than restore it. For example, drinking a big glass of water in one go, especially after waking, might seem healthy, but for seniors, it can trigger pressure spikes or leave you feeling lightheaded instead of refreshed. I remember a patient named Marjorie, 74, who came to me with daily fatigue, heart-fluttering sensations, and sudden dizziness, especially in the mornings. She had followed advice from a health blog to drink 2 large glasses of water right after waking up, but for her, that advice did more harm than good. Marjorie's heart couldn't keep up with the rapid fluid shift. Her sodium levels dipped too low. What she needed wasn't more water, but a different rhythm. Once we switched her to small, steady sips throughout the day, especially before meals and after movement, everything changed. Her energy returned. Her focus came back. She started feeling like herself again. This isn't just a one-off story. In fact, science backs it up. A study from the Journal of Gerontology in 2022 revealed that seniors who hydrated in smaller timed amounts throughout the day had significantly better balance, sharper thinking, and more emotional stability than those who drank the same amount all at once. Why? Because it gave their bodies time to absorb and use the water efficiently without causing overload. Many seniors believe they're not drinking enough, but often it's not the quantity, it's the strategy that's off. The solution isn't more water, it's better timing, better rhythm, and better awareness of how aging changes the rule. The most common mistake I see is drinking large amounts in one sitting. We've all heard the 8 glasses a day advice, but that's a one-size-fits-all rule designed for younger bodies. After 70, your cardiovascular system is more delicate. Gulping down a full glass of water can create sudden volume shifts in your bloodstream, which may overwhelm your kidneys, spike your blood pressure, or leave you breathless. Research in Age and Aging found that seniors who consumed more than 10 ounces in one sitting were more likely to suffer from lightheadedness upon standing, a dangerous condition known as postural hypotension. Instead, try sipping 3 to 4 ounces every hour and a half. It's a small change that can protect your heart and strengthen your body in surprising ways. Another common trap? Drinking water right before bedtime. It might seem harmless, even helpful, to sip a glass of water as part of your nighttime routine. But for older adults, this habit can be quietly disruptive. Waking up 2 or 3 times during the night to use the bathroom might seem like an unavoidable part of aging, but it's not just a nuisance, it's a real threat to your health. Every nighttime trip interrupts your deep sleep cycles, which are already shorter and more fragile in older adults. Worse, every time you get out of bed in the dark, your risk of falling skyrockets. Many of my patients think they're helping themselves by hydrating before bed, but they're actually setting themselves up for exhaustion and danger. The body continues working as you sleep. Your kidneys filter fluids, your brain resets, your cells rebuild. But unlike when you were younger, your bladder doesn't hold as much, and your sleep isn't as forgiving. Drinking water too close to bedtime sends you into the night overloaded. The better approach: stop drinking water about 90 minutes before you plan to sleep. Instead, aim to hydrate in the earlier hours, especially before dinner, so your body has the fluids it needs to heal overnight, without pushing you awake in the middle of your deepest rest. It's a small shift in timing with a huge payoff in energy, alertness, and safety. Now let's address one of the most dangerous myths. If I'm not thirsty, I don't need to drink. This outdated belief leads countless seniors into chronic dehydration without them even knowing. Here's the truth. After 70, your brain becomes less responsive to the internal sensors that tell you when you're low on fluids. That means your body can already be underhydrated even significantly before you feel thirsty. And while that might seem minor, just a 1 to 2% drop in hydration can have major effects on memory, balance, and physical stamina. It's not about how you feel in the moment, it's about what your body needs behind the scenes. Take James, a 79-year-old client who came to me with persistent fatigue, nighttime leg cramps, and occasional confusion. He told me, "I don't really feel thirsty, so I don't drink much." But when we tested his hydration status, the results were alarming. His body had been operating in a state of constant depletion. We implemented a simple routine: a few sips with each meal, a small glass after short walks, and a reminder alarm mid-morning and mid-afternoon. Within weeks, James wasn't just feeling better, he was sharper, steadier on his feet, and more mentally present. His family noticed the change before he did. That's the power of intentional hydration. Hydration after 70 isn't about chugging water. It's about learning your body's new signals. Many seniors still operate by rules from their younger years. But your physiology has shifted. Your internal balance, your blood pressure regulation, your kidney function, everything has changed. That means old habits can become harmful if you don't adapt. The good news: once you align your drinking habits with your aging body's needs, the results can be almost immediate. More energy, clearer thinking, fewer falls, better digestion. It's not about adding effort, it's about adding awareness. Comment 2 if you're still here and learning something new. Let's be clear, dehydration doesn't just sap your energy. It quietly steals strength from your muscles. You might be eating well, doing your stretches, even lifting light weights. But if you're not hydrating properly, your body can't hold on to the progress. And the effects aren't just noticeable in how you feel. They're measurable in how much muscle you actually keep. We often associate strong muscles with protein, exercise, and movement. But there's another vital ingredient that's just as important, and it's often overlooked: water. Your muscles are made up of more than 7. That means every contraction, every stretch, every effort you make to stand, walk, or carry something depends on how well your muscles are hydrated. When the body is even slightly dehydrated, it can start to cannibalize muscle tissue just to extract the water it needs to support your heart and brain. That's how older adults can lose muscle mass, even when they're doing all the right things without knowing why they feel weaker. There's a medical term for this kind of muscle loss: sarcopenia. It's a condition tied directly to aging, and it progresses more rapidly in people who aren't properly hydrated. A 2022 study from the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with even mild dehydration had significantly lower muscle mass compared to their well-hydrated peers. And it makes sense. Without water, nutrients don't travel efficiently to the muscle cells. Waste products from exercise build up, muscles cramp, fatigue faster, and take longer to recover. You may think it's just getting older, but in many cases, it's your muscles asking for something simple: more consistent hydration. Let me share the story of Harold, a 78-year-old retired Marine who lived with discipline, routine, and a focus on staying active. He was eating high-protein meals, following a structured home exercise plan, and doing everything by the book, but he still felt like he was slipping. His legs trembled after climbing stairs, and his grip wasn't what it used to be. We ran a simple hydration test. The results weren't catastrophic, but they revealed a steady state of underhydration. We made just a few strategic changes. Harold added 6 ounces of water with every meal and 4 ounces after each round of movement or stretching. That was all it took. In less than 8 weeks, Harold's energy returned. His grip strength improved. His knees stopped wobbling when he stood up. Even his posture got better. He didn't change his food or his workout, just how and when he hydrated. His story mirrors what researchers at the University of North Carolina discovered, that well-hydrated seniors experienced up to 18% greater muscle growth from the same exact diet and exercise routines compared to their underhydrated counterparts. It's not a supplement, it's not a fad, it's water used wisely. If you've been struggling with sore legs, weakness after short walks, or slower recovery after even minor physical tasks, don't ignore it. Hydration plays a hidden but critical role in your body's ability to maintain strength and mobility. Muscles aren't just made, they're maintained with water. When they're deprived, they lose elasticity, power, and responsiveness. But when they're supported, everything begins to work together again. Your bones feel lighter, your steps feel stronger, and your confidence in your own movement starts to return. That's not an exaggeration, it's biology. Comment 4 if you're still with me and ready to keep going. Even your brain, your sharpness, your mood, your memory relies on water just as much as your muscles do. Many seniors worry about brain fog, forgetfulness, or mental fatigue. But what most don't realize is how closely linked those symptoms are to hydration. Let's take a closer look at what's really happening inside your head when your water intake falls short. You misplace your glasses, you walk into the kitchen and forget why. You forget names you've known for years. These moments can be unsettling, and for many they spark fears of decline. But here's a truth not enough people talk about. What feels like memory loss may actually be a message from your brain that it's thirsty. Nearly 3/4 of your brain is water. And that water fuels everything. Every thought, every decision, every memory. When your hydration slips, even a little, your brain's speed and clarity suffer. It's not a sign of failure, it's a signal. And the good news, it can often be reversed quickly by restoring the balance. When the brain doesn't get enough water, blood flow slows down. Neurons fire less efficiently. Mental processes like focus, recall, and alertness lag behind. According to Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors just 1.5% below optimal hydration showed measurable declines in memory, reaction time, and attention span. And that's without any medical condition. Just a little too little water. That brain fog, the hesitation, the blank stares mid-sentence, the feeling of being in a haze, it might not be age catching up, it might be your brain running low on the very fuel it needs to function. Eleanor, an 82-year-old retired librarian, knew something was off. Her once razor-sharp memory had dulled. Crossword puzzles that used to feel like a breeze became a struggle. Her family feared something more serious. But every scan and test came back normal. The missing piece? Hydration. Eleanor had stopped drinking water regularly, she just didn't feel thirsty anymore. We started her on a simple schedule, 4 ounces before each meal, a few sips after light walks, and a calming herbal drink in the morning. Within weeks, her clarity returned. The fog lifted, and her family saw the difference before she did. But hydration doesn't just sharpen the mind. It stabilizes the mood. When the body is dehydrated, cortisol, your stress hormone, rises, while dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for happiness and calm, decrease. That's why a lack of water can lead to irritability, anxiety, or emotional numbness. In a 2020 study from the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry, older adults who maintained healthy hydration had 36% fewer depressive symptoms than those who were mildly dehydrated. That's not magic, that's chemistry. Your brain needs water to manage emotions as much as it needs it to think clearly. Proper hydration also helps your brain clear out waste proteins, like amyloid beta, which have been linked to cognitive decline and conditions like Alzheimer's. Your brain is constantly at work, not just thinking but cleaning, repairing, resetting. Without enough fluid, those cleaning processes slow down. Toxins build up, fatigue and confusion follow. But when you give your brain the hydration it's asking for, gently, consistently throughout the day, your body responds. Not with a whisper, but with clarity, calm, and renewed mental energy. That's the power of understanding what's happening beneath the surface. You don't need a fancy water bottle. You don't need a high-tech hydration tracker. What you need is a rhythm, an approach that works with your aging body, not against it. Let's build a simple, real-life routine, one that gently rehydrates your cells, supports your heart and brain, and respects your sleep. This is a plan I've shared with hundreds of older adults who struggled with fatigue, fog, and frailty, only find clarity, strength, and calm within days. Think of it not as a schedule, but as a gift you give your body every day. Quiet, consistent support. Start your morning softly. Around 7:30 a.m., before your coffee or breakfast, sip 4 to 6 ounces of warm water. It gently wakes up your organs after the night, helps digestion begin, and resets your hydration. A slice of lemon can support liver function and add a pleasant taste. At breakfast, sip another 3 to 4 ounces before eating, and the same after. Never chug, just slow sips. Avoid drinking large amounts with food, as this can dilute stomach acids that your body relies on for breaking down nutrients. That's one of the keys. Water supports digestion best before and after, not during meals. Mid-morning, around 10:30 a.m., take another 4-ounce drink, especially if you've done light chores or taken a short walk. Remember, you lose fluid through your breath and skin even without breaking a sweat. At lunchtime, repeat the breakfast pattern 3 to 4 ounces before and after eating. This helps prevent post-meal fatigue and supports smoother digestion. In the afternoon, pair a small glass of water with hydrating fruits like watermelon, cucumber, or oranges. These contain natural electrolytes that support balance and energy. Around dinner, hydrate again gently, just enough to aid digestion, not enough to disturb your sleep. Your final sip of the day should come about 90 minutes before bed, no later than 8 p.m. Keep it light. 3 to 4 ounces, ideally warm with calming herbs like chamomile or lemon balm. This gives your body what it needs to repair overnight without overwhelming your bladder. Want to go one step further? Try sleeping with a humidifier at low setting. Studies show it can reduce nighttime awakenings, dry mouth, and improve oxygen flow. Another tip, elevate your legs slightly at night. It helps your circulation and prevents fluid buildup that can trigger bladder urgency. These small acts work together like gears in a well-oiled machine. But how do you know if your body is hydrated properly? The signs can be subtle, but powerful. Sudden fatigue when standing, unexplained dizziness, or mood swings that come out of nowhere. These can all be early indicators. Confusion, sluggish memory, or feeling like your brain is offline are also red flags. And don't trust dry mouth alone. Many older adults produce less saliva naturally. Instead, check your urine. Pale yellow is ideal. Dark, you need more fluid. Almost clear all day long, you may be overhydrating. The goal isn't too little or too much. It's steady balance. Your body thrives when it feels safe, supported, and not flooded or forgotten. Let me leave you with this. Hydration is not a chore. It's not something you have to do. It's an act of self-respect. A quiet way of telling your body, I'm still listening. I still care. In just 7 days of smart hydration, many patients experience deeper sleep, better digestion, sharper thinking, and improved strength. It's not a miracle. It's biology, finally working with you again, not against you. So take the first sip, not just of water but of awareness, because when you listen to your body, everything changes.